In the 60s on television, science fiction was not taken seriously. Television was dominated by the wholesome goodness of shows like Leave It to Beaver and The Donna Reed Show. Also at this time, westerns were hugely popular. Science fiction was a genre which television never really wanted to explore. The Twilight Zone was one of the first shows that went where no science fiction show ever went. It explored the human psyche, our own fears and paranoia, in the guise of a science fiction show. The Outer Limits was not unlike The Twilight Zone in its subject matter, but had a greater emphasis on science fiction stories, rather than just dealing predominantly with fantasy and the supernatural. The Outer Limits was an anthology series of self-contained episodes, which sometimes had a plot twist at the very end, and featured science fiction's best writing, using science fiction writers like Harlan Ellison. The show also mixed horror into the episodes, and was a show known for its many alien and monster makeup effects, and special effects on a shoestring budget. Like The Twilight Zone, The Outer Limits had an opening and closing narration in almost every episode. In the mid-80s, The Outer Limits was my first real introduction into science fiction, and I saw it on Australian TV late at night as one of the shows in a special tribute to science fiction television, among other shows like The Twilight Zone and The Invaders. The Twilight Zone stories were often like parables, while The Outer Limits was usually an action and suspense show which often had the human spirit being confronted by dark existential forces from within or without. That groundbreaking episode of The Outer Limits was the episode The Galaxy Being, which was the very first episode of The Outer Limits, which premiered on September the 16th in 1963. Directed and written by Leslie Stevens, it starred actor Cliff Robinson.
I remember thinking it was a little beyond my kin because I wasn't a science fiction person, and I was wrestling with these scientific terms. I remember thinking, I'm earning this money, but I can't take credit for saying that I felt that I was on the cusp of a huge new genre.
Did you work with Joseph Stefano? Was he involved?
He was the writer. Yeah, I met him. Lovely guy.
Robinson plays Alan Maxwell, the owner of a radio station, who uses the station's equipment to research electromagnetism. He accidentally makes contact on his 3D television with an alien from Andromeda. The conversation gets interrupted when Alan's wife drags him to a banquet, which is in his honor. The alien warns Alan not to apply too much power to the station's transmission. While he's at the banquet, the on-air disc jockey decides to turn the transmitter to full power in order to reach more listeners. The power surge causes the microwave alien to be pulled out of the television. The creature, not meaning any harm, causes a wake of destruction. His very presence causes radiation burns, electrical blackouts, and electrical explosions. The authorities see the creature as an enemy and want to destroy it. Maxwell has to find a way to get the alien back to its own planet. Alan's wife is accidentally shot by the nervous cop. The alien has healing powers and saves her life. The alien creature issues a warning to the crowd, which in many ways echoes the end scene from the 1951 science fiction film The Day the Earth Stood Still. The budget was massive for this episode, and the production cost $213,000, which at that time was huge. Filming of the episode took 9 days to complete at radio station KCBR, now KWSR, in Coldwater Canyon. It was also shot in the MGM backlot, in the street where the Andy Hardy films were filmed, and Meet Me in St. Louis.
The special effects used to create this eerie life form presented a unique acting challenge for Robertson.
I never could play opposite him because they had a reverse negative thing with the film. I was really talking to a little space off the camera.
The shimmering galaxy being effect was achieved by filming actor William O. Douglas in a brown rubber alien outfit, which was coated with glycerin to reflect the hot lights shone against it. In post-production, this footage was negative reversed and then superimposed onto the main footage. Actor Cliff Robertson is wonderful in this. He is better known to modern audiences as Uncle Ben Parker in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. He starred in a number of movies and he played quite a few roles on television, including 2 Twilight Zone episodes. Jacqueline Scott co-starred as Alan's long-suffering wife, Carol. Other actors include Lee Phillips, who plays Gene Buddy Maswell, and Burt Metcalf plays DJ Eddie Phillips. He also appeared in the Twilight Zone episode The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. This episode was, in a way, a dramatized version of what was going on with popular media, who made speculations as to whether other planets could be contacted via radio.
At the beginning, we talk about the awe and mystery of the universe. And at the end of it, we say, don't be so quick to judge the stranger.
The galaxy being itself echoed the words of NASA with lines like, "You must explore, you must reach out." The galaxy being is a great example of brilliant science fiction writing, showing man's continuous quest for exploration and the study of the unknown. My name's JonBaak. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already.